Hi, my name is Brendan Moon and I am a student at the University of the West of Scotland studying a master's degree in music industries. This is for the module 1920 Creative Industries Professional Practice and the module coordinator is Elizabeth McLaughlin. In this presentation I will discuss my learning journey at UWS and attempt to explain its importance. The master's degree in music industries which I am presently studying, if achieved, would allow me to proceed with a PhD study. The presentation will also discuss how a PhD or further study may enhance and diversify my future career prospects. And lastly, outline my proposed PhD dissertation. So, just to give a little bit of context here, Morse Code Management Limited, that's my company. It's been established since 1996 and trading since 2003. So I'm already working. The business is fairly successful. It's had its up and downs. So why would I want to diversify? Why do I need to diversify? Well, my main source of income is the live music event industry. With COVID-19, which has been a tragedy for everyone, large gatherings, conferences, concerts, you name it, are now on hold. So, is it October? Is it December? I don't know. What about 2021? I'm not exactly sure. Health experts in the States are quoting exactly the same. So, right now, I need to look at other options. So, why would I put myself through a PhD? It's 3 years, could be 5, could be a lot of work. Matter of fact, it definitely is a lot of work. But for me, it's a strong commitment to the dissertation topic itself, coupled with a desire to reach the summit of academic achievement. And that's my motive. That's a quote from an academic called Brailsford in 2010, and it kind of resonated with me. So that's my main motivation. I just kind of want to do it. I feel as though I could do a good job of it. And I feel as though I've got some great subjects to talk about. So, what is my proposed PhD dissertation topic? It's a proposed qualitative socio-economic research project into the adaptation of business practices within the Scottish music scene after the COVID-19 epidemic. It's a bit of a mouthful, all sounds very academic. However, from my point of view, it's very well meant. Our industry has been famous for adapting, and this time round it's going to have to adapt more than ever. We're going to need to find new ways of doing things, which it's doing all the time. Look at all the video broadcasting that's happening right now. So I want to have a look at how we're going to change, how we're going to survive, because I genuinely believe that we are going to change after this, episode, if you want to call it that. The research project will examine what I'd like to call the courageous individual entrepreneurs within the local music industry of Scotland in 2020 and 2021. It's a qualitative study into understanding how they're going to adapt, as I said, and what they're going to do to make a living. One of the issues, especially in Scotland, is we're not making a lot of money out of the music industry. Bigger businesses such as Live Nation, AG, and everyone from America, they're here with like big companies, and the entire Scottish music industry in 2017, according to a study by Webster, was 78.8 million. And there's 2,450 full-time jobs created there. However, not all of that is getting through to the musician, to the average guy, to the average manager, to the real people who are making it all work. There was only 3% earned over 52,000. And some were earning as little as £5,199 from their activities in the music industry. But not everyone had that as their full-time job. So a major factor we have to consider is, where do all the creatives in the UK actually work? We definitely have a smaller music industry than the rest of the UK. If you look at the map, to my left or right, I'm not quite sure, 32% of everyone working in the creative industries works obviously in London. And by the time you get to Scotland, only 7% in our whole country. So we've got to be realistic about the size of our economic structure that is around what we do to deliver music, and punching well above our weight to the rest of the UK and all over the world. Some people would say it's like an academic called Toma who said that you would have to have a bit of a, it could carry a government health warning working, that if you want to be the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, you've got to be really, well, it's not going to be very easy for you. However, it's a great industry and I'm very proud to have been part of it for as long as I have. But we definitely have a smaller Scottish economy. Webster again, but this time in 2018, stated that you really require a determined mindset to work within the music industry up here. And his theory is illustrated by a recent policy paper by the UK government in 2018, which visualises the lack of creative infrastructure in the north of the UK, especially up here in Scotland, compared to down south. However, we do a great job up here, and I'm very proud to be involved. Interpretive methodology will assist proposed research to explore the Scottish music scene's experiences, views, perspectives. Gray continued by stating, interpretive studies are typically inductive in nature and often associated with qualitative approaches to data gathering and analysis. This research philosophy will enable the project to attain an in-depth examination of the Scottish music scene. The research will benefit from use of interpretive methodology, in this case confirming the hypothesis that many practitioners in the music industry in Scotland have portfolio careers, many jobs to earn a living. This research will also evaluate if after the COVID-19 epidemic, Scotland's music makers will struggle in the challenging socio-economic environment. The project's aims are to provide a useful insight into entrepreneurship in the Scottish music scene. The research project hopes to provide additional information enabling Scottish music creatives to work more successfully. The focus of the study will draw from experiences of individual music practitioners identifying what variables work commercially compared to the individual's day-to-day practices. Data will be collated from music practitioners within Scotland's music scene via semi-structured interviews. We're going to look for people who know the most about the subject and to try and make the biggest impact on the research. Study for a related research is already taking place at Glasgow University. They state there's a new partnership of academics and music industry professionals whose aim is to map and measure the impact of the music industry in Scotland. And that was in the Glasgow University News in 2019. I think they're going to be busy. It's going to be a very different environment by the time they get this all going. In the way of conclusion, I'd just like to say, with all business and uncertainty on the horizon, I've got to keep all my options open. And as mentioned, both career paths are linked together, the PhD as well as running my business. You know, many musicians and practitioners play music for the right reasons, they just do it for fun. And they've got other jobs and won't be affected by what's going on in the rest of the world. Professionals, and I'd like to include myself in that area, is we're going to have to rethink things. It's not the end of it by any manner of means. People are going to bounce back stronger. They're going to come back with different ideas. But I just want to thank you for watching. and here's the references that helped me put this presentation together. Thank you very much.